Welcome to the Prepped and Polished podcast, the podcast that empowers you to take control of your education, featuring weekly interviews with influencers in the world of education, as well as tutoring tips, lessons, and updates.
Hi everyone, welcome to another tutoring tips episode of the Prepped and Polished podcast. It's Terri Carroll of Prepped and Polished. Please be sure to check out our website, www.preppedandpolished.com, for more info. While you're there, sign up for our free tutoring and test prep tips newsletter. It comes out monthly. You can join our Prepped and Polished community on Facebook and Twitter. Just search for Prepped and Polished. You can submit a question during the show or after to radio@preppedandpolished.com. We love hearing from you. Let's get right to episode number 131, ACT English Test, comma usage, non-restrictive and restrictive clauses. So here's a rule. A non-restrictive clause is not essential to the meaning of the sentence, so it's offset by commas. It's not needed to identify the word it modifies, it's simply additional information. And here's an example. Michael Phelps, comma, a champion swimmer, comma, hoped to make the 2016 Olympic team. A champion swimmer, it's actually called a non-restrictive, a positive, is not essential. And here's a tip that'll make this more clear. Remove the words between the commas. So I'm just going to cross out a champion swimmer. If the remaining portion is a complete sentence and the meaning is not changed, then the commas are correct. If not, test another answer choice. Be sure to read the whole sentence. So I can read this as Michael Phelps hoped to make the 2016 Olympic team. It's a complete sentence and it makes sense. It's non-restrictive. By contrast, here's the rule for a restrictive clause. It is essential for the understanding of the sentence. It's not just additional information, so commas are not required. And here's a perfect example to make this clear. The man who plays goalkeeper for our village football team has worked at his father's greengrocer's for 20 years. The clause "who plays goalkeeper for our village football team" is essential because it describes and identifies the man. It's not just additional information. A clue is the word "who." It's the man who plays goalkeeper. So it's important information, no commas required. She is universally applauded, comma, as one of the best writers of her era, comma, ranked with Toni Morrison, Maya Angelou, and Alice Walker as one of the most important African American writers of all time. Well, now you can see, hopefully, that as one of the best writers of her era is essential. If I plucked that out of the sentence, it would read, she is universally ranked with Toni Morrison. It just doesn't make sense that way. We need that. So now we know that any of the answer choices that have commas will be incorrect. So we can get rid of F, we can eliminate F, and we can eliminate J. G and H do not use commas, that's correct. However, the only difference is that G has the word and. And we do need the word and to join the two halves of the sentence. So it should read, she is universally applauded as one of the best writers of her era and ranked with Toni Morrison, Maya Angelou, and Alice Walker as one of the most important African American writers of all time. So we can eliminate H and G is correct. Now you know much more about using commas correctly with non-restrictive and restrictive clauses. This will help you on the ACT English test, as well as with all of your writing, including the ACT essay. If you enjoyed these tips today, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. If you have any questions or you want more in-depth tutoring, either online or in person, simply email info@preppedandpolished.com and we'll be glad to help you. Good luck. This wraps up our show, episode number 131, ACT English Test, comma usage, non-restrictive and restrictive clauses. Be on the lookout for our next podcast episode, number 132, our interview with Dr. Karina Dusenbury on how to maximize your college experience. Remember, to access all of our podcast episodes, go to www.preppedandpolished.com/podcast. Thanks for joining us on the Prepped and Polished podcast. Now go out there and take control of your education.
You've been listening to the Prepped and Polished podcast. For more information, check out preppedandpolished.com. Also, you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for listening. Class dismissed.